Good morning and happy Monday, I hope. It's a bit grey here in Salisbury today, so let's switch on some sunshine. I've got today's The School Runs Done Practical Inspiration for Passionate World Changers. And today I go live with my 5-day challenge. It's 5 super simple gratitude swaps that can help you to start pressing pause on your negative thinking and turning your inner critic into your biggest cheerleader. And today's installment is all about the single limiting belief that will make it nearly impossible for you to turn around negative self-talk and self-doubt. And it got me thinking yesterday about limiting beliefs and how in the passionate world changer world we like to pretend they're not there. You know, that whole feel the fear and do it anyway, and it's all about your mindset and your attitude. So here's the thing you need to know about limiting beliefs and why we need to stop ignoring them and pretending it's okay. Your limiting beliefs are hardwired in your brain. If we think a thought long enough and often enough, it becomes like an autopilot, a highway, a motorway in your brain, so that a trigger, Fred saying something in the wrong tone of voice, sets off the little computer program that produces all of the reactions in your mind, in your cells, in your hormones, in your emotions, automatically. If that thought is something that's about, I'm not something enough, I'm not good enough, tall enough, strong enough, pretty enough, old enough, young enough, whatever it is, the more you think that, the more you program that into your brain and every cell in your body. There's a bit in your brain called the reticular activating system. It's got lots of jobs, but one of its jobs is filtering sensory information from the outside world. Now, what that means is if you buy a red car, suddenly every car on the road is red. Yeah, we've all had this kind of experience. If you're spending a lot of time thinking a particular thought, like, who am I to write that book? Who am I to apply to go and stand on that stage in that gig? Who am I to ask for that podcast interview? Who am I to write that article? What happens is it gets programmed into that reticular activating system part of your brain that says, oh, that's important to Claire. I'll make sure I spot stuff that matches that. Okay? So the limiting belief becomes a filter through which we see the world. The limiting belief gets rid of the evidence to contradict itself because it wants to survive. So when we are pushing on through, pretending those beliefs aren't there, what we're actually doing is setting up this huge inner conflict. We're making it as hard for ourselves as we can because we have to do this despite the fact all the evidence we're seeing is proving to us that we're not good enough to do it. It means we're much more likely to subconsciously self-sabotage, to say no when we mean yes, to say yes when we mean no, to not quite have time to take up that incredible opportunity, to fluff that speaking gig, because we're running on adrenaline and cortisol. This inner conflict between that limiting belief and how we see ourselves and how we see we need to be to achieve that thing is what we call imposter syndrome. That gap between, okay, this kind of person does that, but I'm this kind of person, and you're trying to do this, feel the fear and do it anyway, screaming at yourself, well, who am I to do it? I'm not that kind of person. So that's why I don't do sticky plasters. Clear that limiting belief and all of the fears and worries and behaviours that went with it will melt away. And you can allow yourself to go through processes I teach my clients and my masterminders to allow yourself to become the person that does the stuff that's currently outside your comfort zone. So you don't have to stretch your comfort zone by gritting your teeth and pushing on through. You can melt away the old comfort zone and become the person you feel you need to be to create or achieve that. So this is why I invite you to stop ignoring your limiting beliefs. It's making it so hard for you to create what you want to create whilst carrying all those suitcases. When you let them go, and you let them really go, you put them down, and you let go of the ties, it sets you free to do all the fun stuff that's over here and really love the journey. Yeah, if you want how to on lots of this, you know, there you go, it's in Dare to Dream Bigger. The whole of step 2 is about cranking up your confidence. There's loads of stuff on this. I'm also thinking of running an imposter syndrome ditching mastermind. If you'd like to find out more about that, that will have a face-to-face day and 6 weeks of group coaching work. Let me know. I'm happy to put you on the waiting list. And as soon as I've got 10 people signed up, we'll set a date and get started. And please do join us today for the 5-day gratitude challenge, when I will share with you the number 1 belief that stops us in our tracks when we want to turn negative thinking into something that makes us feel better. Instead, it makes it nearly impossible. And today's gratitude swap is a really simple technique you can use to start letting go and clearing that old limiting belief. So you can press pause on anxiety, on worry, on negative self-talk, on self-doubt, on imposter syndrome, all of that stuff without pretending and without whitewashing. The link to join us will be in the comments, and make sure you've got Year Full of Gratitude. Okay, it is the weekly how-to turn your inner critic into your biggest cheerleader. So I'd love to hear from you. Did this resonate with you? Have you got any limiting beliefs that might be getting in the way of your dreams? And what action could you take today to start letting one of them go, so you can set yourself free to be who you really are, to make the difference you are really here to make in the world, and to love the journey? I'd love to hear from you via the comments. I hope you have an amazing day.